Have you ever wondered what contributes long-term to a successful technical career? Well, I have 6 areas that I've found in my own experience can really help put you on the right track. And while it won't help you solve every problem, if you can work on these 6, I think you're going to be in great shape long-term. Now, in the different orders, you have communication skills up front. I think that one might be a little obvious, but it's not just being able to speak well in public. It's also about knowing what to say and how to filter maybe your message as you move up, let's say, the management chain. If you're briefing an executive, that's going to be more tighter and more to the bottom line than if you're briefing colleagues or fellow engineers about the plans for the latest test. So communication skills is one. Second is just the ability to pivot and be flexible. This is midstream in a conversation. I was in one conversation with a project lead, and it was clear he really wasn't enthusiastic about my first approach. So then I pivoted and I brought up some other aspects which I did not think was that very important. Didn't think they were important. And then he resonated more, and that involved watching his body language, just getting in tune with him. A lot of these two actually come in with something called rapport. That's a different video, but if you look up neuro-linguistic programming, you'll find out what rapport means in that context, which I very much recommend. That leads to influence, because in our systems engineering career, we're going to need to influence people. Maybe commit resources over here, or perform that test instead of just maybe use analysis. Maybe we really have a test method that we recommend. Right now, I do a lot of requirements work, so I influence a lot of people to be open to different ways to word the requirements in a more clear way. But this is sometimes awkward if something is baselined already and people have already moved on to design. So that's where that influence comes in. Now, those are the 3 that relate to the communications, the day-to-day. The 4th one, though, is more negotiation and sales. That pivots to really beyond influence to where sometimes it's just plain negotiation and we have to sell our idea. So if you blew off those classes on sales and negotiation like I did as a youth, I would encourage you to maybe revisit them. In fact, even a theater class can help with really being in your body so you can be present with someone fully. That's very important for 3 and 4 here. I know they're a little all over, but the 5th one down here, I have that as a separate color there. That one's in red. Continuous learning. Always just getting some new skills. Now, I have to be a little careful. I'm interested in a lot of different things. I can't just go off and research things on the internet for a couple of days just because I'm very interested in maybe neurobiology, which is not my main area. But as far as developing leadership skills, that's always a great investment. Even technical skills, like I'm trying to delve into some advanced systems engineering myself, but just trying to stay fresh. Sometimes this is broad. I was doing some information assurance for a while to keep that up. But as long as it's somewhat related to a goal you have or your main area of expertise, we need to stay sharp. Unless we're really moving up the management and executive ranks, especially, then we need to keep our technical skills sharp, combined with all these others. Because we can combine, these influence skills with, good technical chops, then we're very much can move things in the organization. We can get things done. And I was reading a book actually written in the late 40s to our new employees. I think it was at General Motors, and the line was, "There's a premium out there on getting things done." If you take one thing from this video, take that. Finally, I have a little bit in purple here, the last one. I'll leave it for last because it's close to my heart, but I think it's really powerful, particularly in today's world, when I'm sure you have just a bazillion things coming at you, a lot of people wanting you to say yes. But if you can learn to say no, not only to the chaff, the wheat and the chaff, not only to the junk, but also the things that are good but not great, If you can say no to those, then you can focus on the key tasks you have. I have a document I'm working on. I need to say no to a lot of different things. One or two things really close to my heart, I do say yes to, but they're few and far between, and they're going to get fewer and further between as well as I try to move up. Some great books on that. I like Gary Keller's The One Thing. I try to read that every couple of years. Trying to read that once a year no matter what. There's another good one, Essentialism. I think it's by Gary McCowan. But those things help me say no to even good things, worthy causes that could use my help and I can make a difference there. I just have to say no to them because my main tasks I need to give it my full focus if I'm to stay competitive, but also really add impact and value and move things forward. I was in a place where I just got too diluted. In fact, I was working on a graduate degree, and one of the reasons I wasn't able to complete it, I was trying for a doctorate, I didn't make it, was I just let myself get a little too distracted with other things here and there and trying to do this, where in retrospect I should have just exclusively focused on basic self-care and hygiene and getting my thesis work done. So anyhow, that's why this no is back on the chart there. Hey, let me know what you think of these tips. Message me below, and love to start a dialogue. Reach out. I'll see you in the next tip.